Hey Scorpio, how are you doing? We are diving into what is another psychedelic week over here. We are going through. Oh, the cats are having a moment and they didn't until I started this. So we're going to look at that. That was a little hiss from the cat in the back. Should we take that as a shamanic sign that things are about to get feisty? Can we say that? We're going to hold that. Let me know if that's true in the comments. But I wanted to identify first the colours in the background. Can you see that pink and can you see that green? We're looking at chakra fusion. Now, I haven't heard anyone else on the line, and here goes my ego boasting about her. Hermetology.me is available for more. Go over to her 7D consciousness to understand who I am and what I do and what I'm talking about. So, when you see an emergence of colours, and when you get tie-dye, when you get any wild colours combined together, I immediately see chakra fusion. And it's kind of one of my favourite things to explore and discuss. It talks a lot about aura and energy around you. But we're talking about the heart chakra and the crown chakra fusing in a really, really beautiful way this week for you, okay? And although these readings come out daily, weekly, they have a timeless essence and at least a monthly resonance. So I would say that some energies last a little bit longer than others. And for me, with this Scorpio read, anyone resonate? And I'm going to say this is a lingering energy over the next month for you. We're talking about soul activation, tribe activation. We're talking about tie-dye in a very unique way today. I love it. It's giving me fun vibes. And what I love most, I am clairvoyant intuitive. And I just come here and I pull the cards and I do it with you live and direct. I'm channeling live with you. So when I got the dirty hoe card in the middle, I thought, well, isn't that fascinating? Where the hell are we going with that? So I have clarifiers. I always pull clarifiers. But the fact that it had all this tie-dye, and then we also got the judgment card, where it's not even tie-dye, it's rainbow. But I'm seeing tie-dye with all the themes of content I've had over the last 2 weeks. And with this judgment card, beam me up, Scotty. It's that energy here. We're talking about this gorgeous, I want to talk about an AI bubble, an AI burst, an AI bubble more specifically, but I don't want to lose the collective who don't know what that means. So I want to talk about a empathy bubble, an empathic bubble, a heart chakra bubble, a rising of the kundalini, a rising of the sacral chakra even, where your sacral is starting to flood with so much acceptance, yeah? I've never seen the root chakra in the vision I'm getting with you right now, the root chakra being submerged by water. Ever in my life have I been given that, right? So your root chakra is being shown to me as earth, a dry desert, and suddenly water is just rising up across the whole desert. The place is becoming so fluid, so flooded, and it's after a period of drought, after a period of longing, after a period of praying. It gives me 40 days and it gives me 40 nights. It really is letting me know that the Scorpio on the line has gone through a really turbulent and I want to say tumultuous time in life. And they have been going through a real season of drought. And when I go to the dirty hoe card, I want to talk about dirt, slander, defamation. I want to talk about sexual innuendos and sex and porn and drag queens and drama and media attention and whores of all kind. We're not shy to talk about these things over here, but we're talking about reputation, connotation, activity, freak-offs, yeah? We've got this P. Diddy vibration wanting to pull up because now I'm speaking of freak-offs, and it's given me that energy, to be quite honest with you. Yeah? This mass adoption of freakiness. And that may be in any walk of life, not tethered to sex, but tethered to perception, stereotype, propaganda, clout. In any community, you can get that energy. In my head, I'd get Pop the Balloon. You know, that's a trending thing where all of these kind of men and women come together and they all ask these questions to see who's going to pop the balloon. I get that kind of vibe, that kind of culture. I also get 20v1, yeah? So the different celebrities pull up and stand there and there's 20 women asking this guy that one question, or asking that one guy over and over again, or you know what I mean? There's millions of them out there. It's giving me that, but it's for comedy, it's for media, it's for entertainment, and that's just one example of how that spreads out. I'm also getting a porn star who's making really out there alternative stuff, using sex toys in unique ways, showing your body in different kind of ways. Someone freaky, right? The way you look, you could have tattoos on your face, you could have the African style earlobes with a big massive gaping hole, really kind of, I want to say Camden, but if you're not from the UK you wouldn't know what that means, but Camden vibes are only something I can say is Camden vibes, okay? But yeah, I used to just go to Camden and live in that vibration. So go and Google London Camden vibes, see what they look like. We're all punk and emo and edgy and out there in different kind of ways. So it gives me that. It just gives me alternative life, but it gives me tie-dye more than anything else, tying in with the week ahead. And you're the first reading out for the week, which is nice, okay? So let's dive a little bit more and let's start off in the middle with this dirty hoe, shall we? Because the devil card's out. And it's so nice to me because when my readings on the channel show up in a way I've never seen them before, it shows my growth. And it shows my change in the collective. It shows that I'm evolving as a reader. Because when pulling the devil card in the past, it would be a internalized fear. Yeah, even me saying devil to you in the past could maybe be a trigger. Of me revealing the devil card to you in the past in tarot may have been a trigger. In this instance, it isn't. In this instance, it's the now moment, and it's also your power position because it's so dominant in the spread. Same with the devil I've got out here, and it's clearly strongly going to me. I know me. And I know what others will say, and I know what is or isn't true. In my eyes, someone's deeply protected. I get like evil eye energy, you know, or not evil eye. Yeah, you know, the kind of Cypriot blue eye that people wear as like evil eye protection. I get that. And I get that as you going, I know what sin is and I know what sin isn't, or I know what I believe, yeah? You're not a sinner, is my point here. No matter what anyone else says, no matter what anyone else ordains in their reality to be true based off their perception, their stereotype, their game, their method of practice, their propaganda, their philosophy, their doctrine, their music, their artistry, their content, their bio, their DP, their DMs, their net worth, yeah? It isn't anything for you to worry about. How you are seen, how you behave, how you give, how you take, what you do is you. You don't need to justify it. And everybody else has their voice. We also, in this moment in time with your gorgeous pink and green chakra fusion, we're really aware that every voice is valid. What I will tell you as a massive asset in this reading is the ability to hear negative and positive and digest it. The moment someone gives me negative feedback or claps back or says anything harsh about my reality, I then go, wow, okay, well, let me clarify that. Let me work through that with you in the now moment, because I like resolution and solution. And actually, your resolution's wrong. Like, I'm ignorant if you want to go that way with it. Like, if you're operating in 2K, let me fix that, because you're off. And that's definitely not in the digital terms at this time, financially. But simply put, 5K, HD, let's get that clarity. I want to see you clearly, and I want you to see me clearly. So let's make sure we adjust the saturation. Let's make sure my hue's right, because I wouldn't want you to misconstrue me. And you can still disagree. You don't have to like me. But when the opportunity does present for me to equalize what you have ordained to be my reality, we can fix that. Because we don't need to skew narratives based on propaganda or assumption. We can ground truth with truth. Yeah? So however you show up and whatever you do, I could be talking to a porn star, a sex artist, maybe you want to refer to yourself as. That's what I kind of get, yeah? Or once again, I keep getting artist. So I get music artist. I get someone who actually paints and designs. You can have really risque art. I love risque art, may I add. But either way, gorgeous, gorgeous energy. And it's kind of like this, but you could be seen as someone who's dirty. Like the title is, normally we start with the title. I bypassed it and went straight to the dirty hoe. But dirty mind aligned. That's what we're getting. And I love that because this is talking about your mind frame, your motto for life, your mission, your ethos, your memory is so aligned to your truth, your future, your mission, where you're going. With the Chariot in the future, it's sensational, it's hot, it's sexy as fire. Not only because I am in love with Back to the Future, I'm a futurist, hermetology.me will indeed tell you more. But in this position, with the Chariot, you know where you're going. You're a sorcerer. Okay, sorcerers, I should stop saying sorcerer because supposedly sorcerer has a bad connotation and it's like the dark side. So, or is it? Or is that warlock? I mean, I'm learning about this stuff. I've been in the game for a long window of time, but I just say what I think and feel. And there's fine lines between dark and light and yin and yang. I mean, you're a shaman and you take on an alien extraterrestrial stance. As long as you are aligned to the Most High and you're embracing cosmic vibration and you know that love is the highest vibration of all, you're okay to speak truth and live honourably in your own unique way, and F to anyone else who's remotely confused by that. Do you get what I mean? But there's always these contradictions and words that mean other things here or there or blah, blah, whatever, guys. No one gives a fuck. But now I'm over-explaining that to you. So how does that sit with you and resonate? Are you a sorcerer? Are you an alchemist? Are you a warlock? Are you a wizard? Are you a witch? Are you a shaman? Are you a guru? Are you a light worker? Are you a human? Are you an alien? Are you none of the above? Are all of these labels stupid to you? Nonetheless, you shift paradigms. You have a higher level of consciousness and you not only manifest, but you break illusion, yeah? And you portal jump, you shift timelines. You are in the middle. I don't know what I wanted to say, there was something else coming there. You are in the middle of... Ooh. I want to say your greatest trick to date is giving me magician. It's giving me greatest showman, greatest show on earth. It's like the curtains are about to go up and out comes the person to the stage and goes, "Welcome to the greatest show on earth," and then opens their hands, and then suddenly the massive curtains lift up and out comes the trumpets and then this and then the show's about to start, right? And it's gorgeous because dirty mind aligned, yeah? Everyone and everything around you is aligned. And it's the fact that we're talking dirty here in a connotation that isn't really dirt fascinates me more than anything else. Because we have judgment as the action position. You have to make the judgment call. You have to have the conversation. You have to make sure that you're beaming up the right ones. Funny that we're beaming up a cow, which is the holiest animal in Hinduism, and it's a very religious animal and very sacred, yeah? And when engaging with the cow, there's elements of worship here. So it's about what you worship and what you raise up as the most high in your reality is dependent on you and your judgment. And Three of Cups is also linked to this energy, and it's giving me the way you celebrate your existence, the way you celebrate your life, the way you celebrate your work, your worth, your wares, all tethered to this judgment call. and you're making the right judgment call. So what you define as dirty or clean is based on your perception and your perception alone. And then what's gorgeous, we dive in to the past energy, and we've got the scales and the justice. This is the justice card. And on top of that, my clarifies the sun. You are your own justice in reality. No one else can bring you justice but you. In my head, I'm saying, this is a trick shot. This is a trick shot. Because this isn't the life for everybody. So I want you to understand that you're not operating at normal functioning or normal capacity, yeah, as the others, which sounds a little bit rude, but you have optimal energetic health, optimal conscious cognition, if we can say it like that. So with someone with a higher consciousness or cognition, you understand how to glitch the matrix. We've already discussed your ability to shift paradigms. So with those kind of gifts and abilities, it is pretty obvious that you don't rely on man-made constructs to define you. So I want to talk about law and order. You already know the Most High, and you already know right from wrong. You're not going to do the wrong thing. So you're not going to be defined by the justice system. You're going to be defined by you, yeah, and your integrity, your moral responsibility, your respect in service to human flourishing, yeah, the way in which you give off to the universe and expect back. Because some of us, yeah, and I say this fully aware that we're not going to cross the line and do anything illegal or do anything wrong. We're going to walk the straight and narrow. But when we talk about order and law and the Most High, we're talking about a higher source. For me, I talk quite frequently about Brahman and Brahma, the cosmos, Mother Gaia, yeah? Bring in Hinduism, and then if I do, I go straight to the deities, yeah? There's a higher level here, a higher level alchemist, a higher level source. The way that we view the world and the universe and the elements, the matter, I want to say the matter, but also the ether of it all, yeah? So we're talking polymerization, we're talking about contortion, we're talking about fluid dynamics, we're talking about everything and nothing, one and the same, yeah? With those kind of ideologies and mentality, with that mentality, words all over the place today, guys, because there's a lot going on in my mind. But it's a situation of, it's easy to sound egoic when we make these kind of remarks, because how dare you act so high and mighty and supreme, and it doesn't matter what happens in the courts or the law or the legal system or in any reality that is man-made, because the cosmos is the key. How dare you? Do you get what I mean? And we're not taking away from the courts or do you get the Supreme Court, the Civil Court, the lawsuits, the legal. We're not taking away from corporation. We're not taking away from marriage certificates or degrees or qualifications. We're not taking away from anything. But we are standing in a paradigm that is most liberating to us. And if that means we're too left or even too right or too in the middle because we're not locking in to a narrative that's already been formulated for us, then I wanted to say, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry that I've said I'm sorry. Because we can't keep being sorry. We can't keep being sorry and feeling like we're dirty. Because actually our minds being aligned is a rarity. It's rare. So when you do find it, and this is giving me rares in Pokemon more than anything else, because I'm loving the colours of this thumbnail, and it's just giving me absolute, when you find a rare in the deck and it's like, woo! It's like a massive reveal and a tarot packing. It's awesome. Tarot unpacking? Maybe tarot included, but I'm thinking Pokemon unpacking when you're sitting there and everyone's whipping out their Pokemon like, what you're going to get, what you're going to get, what you're going to get, what you're going to get. It's super exciting. And it's a moment in life where you're opening something and it's amazing because it's really what you wanted. And it gets rid of, this is the greatest example. For a really, really long time, you wanted that Pokemon card. The specific one. You wanted that specific Labubu. And everyone's laughing at you like you're still collecting Pokemon. How much hundreds of pounds have you spent on Labubu? Are you ridiculous? But you know if you find that rare, then that's worth a hell of a lot of money. And it could be money related. I'm going to say it is with the King of Pentacles sitting in the action challenge position. Sorry, not action. Challenge mission position. Challenge and mission is that stable coin and that life behind you. Gorgeous. Look at the acres of land. I'm only seeing this with you guys now on the call. Look at the house in the distance. Look at how much seed you have planted between you and your home, the village that you've created. And I see that same village in the Judgment card. You could have 3 people that are really close to you as well, because the aliens on board really stand out to me, and the 3 of them as well, and the way in which they're positioned. Moreover, you could speak to 3 different passed on loved ones, 3 different guides, 3 different deities, 3 different things that you worship on your altar. 1, 2, 3. Really strong free energy. 3 could be significant for you also, or something that you see quite frequently. Yeah. But it shows me so much groundedness. We're talking about that dirt again. Do you love how the ground that this person stands on in the dirty hoe card or kneels on is the same ground that now has flourished? Look at the flourishment of you as the king. Whatever you've done in your past, you were seen as dirty or wrong, yeah, for it. The way that you dress, the way that you look, your whole style, your whole vibe, the way that you work, the way that you speak, the way that you dance, all of it, questionable. You were made to feel like you weren't enough. And you were outrightly made to feel dirty as well. I get kind of a lot of rude stuff coming out here with the dirty card, like someone actually outrightly being made to feel dirty. Like the way that you look, the way that you smell, the way that you dress, like whether it's been said or insinuated, really, really negative things, right? But we're talking to someone really, really grounded in their earth element. I could be connecting with somebody very much into shamanism and earth and mud, and someone really grounded, and someone who maybe even covers themselves in mud and dirt and lives off the earth, really grounded nature. I came in with that strong vision of the water covering the droughted area, didn't I? Someone, you could have been homeless in the past. You could have spent a lot of time in really dry, sandy, deserted areas. Yeah. When we look at the King of Pentacles, we're also looking at the Page of Pentacles. And in the card I have, it talks to me about you having enough to take home for yourself now. So it gives me an entrepreneur, a businessman or woman, who you had money coming in and you was growing a lot, but it couldn't go out, and you couldn't quite harvest your crops yet. Yeah. So imagine all of these gorgeous grapes here on this vineyard, with all of these gorgeous purple grapes, which I've only just seen at the front now, that actually match this man's attire. So we're looking at third eye. You saw clairvoyantly or intuitively through your third eye what was destined for you with all the green. Your heart was tethered and attached to this because it meant so much to you and it brought you so much joy. Yeah. But sitting in that joy and owning it, honouring it, was for a long time practically impossible because, it gives me you couldn't break bread. You were unable to break bread for a really, really long time. And although you were beaming people up, or you were being beamed up by extraterrestrial, by your faith and belief, by other people, you could have been signed by others. You could have been given I want to say be given clout or attention by others. Like other people brought you on, other people paid you, other people gave you contracts, other people gave you jobs. Like there's all this kind of ambassador, kind of like promotions, like stage shows I get in my head. Like other people probably would have liked to feel like they put you on and they wanted you to kind of stay true to it. It gives me someone who signed a record deal, for example, yeah? This is just an example. I don't feel like this is anyone specific, but I'm just giving you what I've got in my head. Like someone who signed a record deal, but they didn't want to fulfill the contract, yeah? It gives me something like that, and it gives me a little bit of sour grapes because you stepped away and you didn't want to do that anymore. Like it's signing up to do something and then backing out. It gives me even like being asked to be a best man for someone in their wedding and then kind of going towards the end, no, I don't want to do it, or I don't want to be best man and I don't want to be godfather either. That kind of energy. Don't want to be godmother, don't want to be godfather, don't want to be best man, don't want to be maid of honor. No, thank you. I don't want to do that show that you offered me. I don't want a music deal from you. No, thank you. And these are big deals. Like these are like whoever's this person beaming you up, they feel like you should be lapping this up. Yeah. Like you should be taking this. And that created issues here because people started to look at you sus and look at you sideways like, well, what's wrong with you then? Why are you not going to take that opportunity? How are you going to turn that down? What kind of person turns down being a godparent? That's rude. No, that's real. Yeah. What kind of person turns down being a best man? Look how long we've been friends for. You don't want to be best man. You don't want to be maid of honor. No. Like we all have our own cognitive processes. And a lot of people fail to see that. Yeah? No offense to whoever's wedding that is and whoever's child that is and whoever wanted to break bread with you and make you a music star. No offense. No offense. I'm so sorry. But I've got to go my way. So it's kind of like dirty looks or kind of like salty vibrations because supposedly you're the dirty one in this situation because it was a dirty trade-off. Do you get what I mean? They didn't quite get what they wanted, but that's because you had your vision focused on being this king in the sea with your heart chakra and your crown chakra and your third eye locked in. And look at your village, look at your life, look at what surrounds you. You travel through space and time. You knew better than to settle for that moment in the spotlight that was going to pay you a chunk of change that was cute in the moment, but it wasn't what you wanted long term. People don't understand that. People don't know what it means to hold on for dear life and sacrifice. And it's not cool. They don't fucking get it. I'm going to lose my shit now. But they don't get it sometimes when you go, no, I don't want like, it's yours. Like, do you get what I mean? It's yours. That's your dream. That's your vision. That's your idea. That's your come up. That's your benefit. That's your shine. That's your light. It's beautiful for you. That's the life that you're living. But guess what? I have my own. And you can't outrightly say that because then it's sus. And either what this has made you kind of look dirty or like in some kind of way because like maybe someone wants to take you out of the strip club energy. Do you get what I mean? Like I'm using mad examples across the board here. So take what resonates, leave what don't. But it's kind of like you didn't want to, someone wants to get you out of the OnlyFans game. Someone wants to stop you doing what you do because they think it's dirty. And that you need to clean up. We can give you a better life. There's always someone out here wanting to be Stevie J. Yeah? Let me save you. Stevie J couldn't save anyone back then. Yeah? But he twanged Jocelyn. Twanged Jocelyn nicely. Acting like he was her saviour. And they actually did have an incredible relationship that we could all now talk about and gossip about online. So I guess he did have something to bring to the table. But there was a lot of drama. Like you could see what it would have been for you if you went that way and you didn't go that way. Well done. This is confirmation that you chose to go the right way. Now you can start having a harvest. This year you're going to harvest. Yeah? You have so much now. It's gorgeous. It's like you have hodled for such a long time, right? Like held back, like suffered and struggled, potentially financially in major ways. In relation to your home, groundedness. Like in my head, I hear the pitter patter of little feet. I get so children, offspring, Oh, okay. I love when I do this stuff like this because random shit comes and I just like to own it because it's amazing how it works, clairvoyant sometimes. But in my head, I get springboard, trampoline. Like, I haven't seen this on YouTube in ages on shorts, but maybe about a year ago it was just constantly on my reel. So it's probably going to show up now. I've said this because obviously everybody's listening all the time and this world is really a simulation. But some people have trampolines and they're so high, they're jumping off mad heights and they're jumping straight onto the trampoline and then all the way up to the top of it. And it's kind of like looking at a Red Bull challenge when they're riding the bike or even skateboard or rollerblades up and down a massive height, like the pros in Red Bull. And I've seen a lot of people with these mad ass trampolines, high as fuck. Like, can I say 10 foot or more? Is that wild? Trampolines like that, and they're just jumping off, down, up. That's what I see when I see a springboard. So you could be quite active and fit and into wild sports like that. So maybe something off the Red Bull challenge would be something that amuses you, because Red Bull do a lot of unhinged wild stuff sometimes, which is really quite fun. But that trampolining stuff is quite wild sports as well. And it gives me a little bit of anxiety because I'm like, but what if you accidentally go the wrong way? And is there enough distance? Like, that's a high drop. But the trampolining skills are elite. And there's this massive, gorgeous vision that just keeps coming to me of how much bounce you can have. Yeah. Like, now I'm getting the vision of when I was in secondary school, we had trampolining. I was really good at it. But I would always get in trouble because I could hit the ceiling. And my PE teacher would like shout, "Louise, stop! No, you need to stop doing that now. Get off." And because I would just like you're breaking through the ceiling is what I'm getting, yeah? Because trampolining, if you do it in the right way with agility, you can go high as fuck. So if the ceiling's 10 foot, but you've got 20-foot capacity, we're going to have to break through, okay? So someone's breaking through. And I'm also getting the vision now of, I used to do javelin in sports as well. My same PE teacher, and she used to just watch me and kind of go, oh my God. Because I used to do javelin, and this is the power of energy. Looking back at this, my trampolining, looking back at this, my javelin, chi, energy, has to be. I used to do javelin and my javel used to go so fucking far, it was scary. The last time I'd done javelin and me and the teacher agreed, well, we can't do this anymore, is because I javeled to practically the end of the field. And I made a joke, I said, fucking hell, that nearly went to the traffic lights, miss. I don't even know how old I was and how I remember this now and how I'm getting lost in childhood memories with you. I've done this before with Scorpio as well, interestingly enough. In past reads, we go back to school days. So it's quite interesting. But even me telling you these stories, I feel like I'm gassing myself up, right? But go and ask my teacher. Go and track her down. She will tell you this. She's out there somewhere. But the trampolining, me nearly hitting the ceiling, or at least putting my hand on the ceiling all the time, just bouncing it up, hitting the ceiling. And I was just like, well, it's boring. Like, I can go higher than this. We need a bigger room. Do you get what I mean? We need more. That's the point. Javelin, like, right to the end of the bushes. That's fucking dangerous. There's a high street behind that. There's a street behind the school. If that javelin goes any further, it's going straight into fucking traffic. You know? So, or like the momentum, the energy, the run up. The process, because they're giving me the springboard and the light bounces you do before the acceleration starts and then you start getting high. Like, go and watch trampoline shorts, like big trampoline shorts, and you'll get it. And it's fascinating for me because they do the backdrops, the side drops, and they're coming up like 10 fucking feet. It's so high up, is the point. It's high up. It's like cliff jumping. It's quite mind-bending, and they're giving me that heavy. And there's something about that in regards to your ascension, okay? Whoa, so you're taking off, do you hear that? So, serious revving and speeding outside. Really loud. The position regarding what is interfering with you right now is the Seven of Wands. And this week, I've pulled this card twice myself. And every time I've pulled it, it said, and this is the first time I am saying this out loud to anyone, and I've seen this in the cards, revving all over the place outside, really interesting energy. But I looked at this card for two different reasons this week, and it said, you are the wood through the trees. How fucked is that? And when the divine gave me that in the week, I was like, whoa, 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 because the question I asked answered it with that response. And it said, you are the wood through the trees. So in the past, when I looked at this card, it meant you can't see the woods through the trees. Take time. There's a lot going on right now. There's resistance. Yeah. Normal energy of Seven of Wands. But in this deck, in this era of life, you are indeed the wood and the trees in the reality of whatever was in your way in the past. People can't see through you. People can't get one over on you. People can't go around you. People are studying you. You're the fucking forest now. Yeah? You was lost in the forest 40 days and 40 nights. Now the forest is you. You own the land, and everyone's trying to establish how the fuck to get through it, because you are now the labyrinth. You are now the maze. Go and check out the Maze Runner reading that's on the channel as well. One of the TV tarots with the Maze Runner TV show in the thumbnail. That's for you too. Don't even remember what it's about, but I can just see in my mind's eye. Your energy is the world. So that's what's surrounding you. You are closing out an old cycle. And I'm reading this live with you as well, guys. So consider what we've said for the last 36 minutes. And then the confirmation about your surrounding energy, the energy that sums you up entirely, is the world. Confirmation. You are cutting out all of this energy. The world on this card has got like shears and cutting kind of equipment. So you're really chopping out the bullshit, the old weeds. I don't even want it to be like chopping out the bullshit, because that's quite negative. You're not even there. But I want to say you're starting to harvest. You see these grapes, they're coming off. You're picking your favourite cucumbers to get the job done. It's that radish in the background of that. You're getting your radishes. And then the greatest asset position is the Six of Wands. Victory, celebration, success, reward, completion. You've just come back from the future and you have landed safe and sound in the right time zone. Yeah? You've come back at the right time. You managed not to fuck up the speed force. You did not destroy any of the past, and the future is still intact. Well done. Well done. That is a near impossible mission you have taken on in your life, and you have passed. Well done. You have mastered the infinity realm of time travel, and the future is now aligned to the highest vibrational frequency of your mind. And now we get to define what is and isn't dirty in our reality. Namaste.